Long awaited last, we get to ride the Scrambler Cafe Racer. Scrambler come out with two new models this year, the very off-roadable desert sled and the more sporty Cafe Racer. We've done over 1,000 miles riding through Tuscany, taking the twistiest roads we can find, and the Cafe Racer has loved every corner. But this bike is not a dual sport bike. You're not going to be taking this on trails. This bike is dedicated to the street. Very Cafe Racer looking motorcycle. Starting off here with the seat. You can take this back panel off so you can use it still for a passenger, or if it's just for yourself, pop this on, looks real sporty. They call the colour black coffee. Full black engine with just some brushed fins, complemented here with the Termione exhaust with a black muffler cover. So they get the number 54 here from an old iconic racer from back in the day, Bruno Spaggiari. He took the old 350 motor to the racetrack, winning some amazing races. So to make the Scrambler Cafe Racer more sporty, they made a few changes. The front wheel has been reduced from an 18 to a 17, and the rear shock has been lengthened 6 millimeters. It's raised the seat height 15 millimeters, and it's also tucked the front end in, really reducing the wheelbase and also the rake and the trail. The rake has now been tucked in 2.2 degrees and the trail 18 millimeters. Now it's a lot more nimble, goes around corners easier. The handlebars have been dropped down 175 millimeters and pushed forward 155. So you can understand the rider's got a lot more weight over the front end, and that's where the agility comes from. Look at these clip-ons. They're still very comfortable, but it does put more weight on the front end. You are tucked over the front of the bike. So with all of those changes, it just makes it easier to steer. We've got away with dual sport tyres. They've got fitted the Pirelli Diablo Rosso 2, super sticky. They love corners and really suits the bike. They've also stiffened up the front suspension, and I actually think that's a really good idea because on the Icon, the front suspension's a bit on the soft side, but they've accommodated that, stronger front forks, and all of that weight on the front end, the bike just goes around corners with no problem at all. In the dash, they've got rid of all of those wires, throttle cable and clutch cable, really nice integrated cables, very neat, very tidy. Got rid of the big mirrors. We've now got bar end mirrors here on the side. They really complement the motorcycle. A shorter front mudguard, drop down headlight. They've got rid of the standard master cylinder and fitted a nice Brembo master cylinder here. I was getting more feel through the lever and more stopping power. It's the same engine, but they smoothed it out by coming up with a new throttle mechanism. The 800 that I have, the Icon back home, is quite an aggressive power band as it comes in. It's now much more smooth coming off the corner. It still has the punch at the top when you go to full throttle, but it's much more smooth. When we've been going through town, it's just easier to manage that kind of power. Weight-wise, this bike is very nice. It's 172 kilograms. Fatigue-wise, I haven't had any problems at all. If I've got any little negatives about this bike, I would still say front forks need to be adjustable. At the moment, the only adjustability is on the desert sled. I'd love to see it on the rest of the range. But having said that about the front forks, the bike handles really well. It's got some good damping. Overall, I think Ducati have done a really good job at creating a Cafe Racer out of a Scrambler. It's the best looking Scrambler that they make. 2 thumbs up for the Cafe Racer. Stylish, sexy, and quite a ride.